Here with Coach Kiracofe, Lady Demons pick up the 3-1 thrilling win over Lamar to close out the weekend. A lot to talk about from that match, but take me back to, first of all, that end of the third set where it felt like the tensions were high in the gym, both teams really battling back and forth, and I felt like, from my perspective, a turning point came with that block there late that really kind of sparked us to push ahead and eventually come away with the third set win, and I would say in large part leading to the match win too.
Yeah. We talked about that this was the most important match so far to this point in the season. I don't know if you remember this, but Lamar used to be in our conference, and it wasn't that long ago. So, it was a conference match, in my opinion, and that's what I told them, to think of that from an importance standpoint. If it's a conference match, you're on their home floor, it matters. And we did not play well the last time we saw them in the spring, so there was that kind of retribution standpoint there. And then it's just kind of like, where do you match up against somebody that is, at the caliber of what our conference is? And so to have the ups and downs, to have that close that close match at the end, that close set, was important to be able to pull that out and just to be able to do your job and win those points and get something on somebody else's home floor.
Started off a little bit rough, so to speak, or in a lot of ways.
It was rough.
Balls weren't going in, attacks were off, just not a great start to the match. They take the first set. What was the speech or the thing you said in the second? Is it just to settle in and play our game, or was it something different?
That wasn't good enough. Like the beginning, before the match, it was both teams have physical talent. They were in a 6-2. They had some physical attackers across the net, no matter what the rotation was. But who can be aggressive and still manage their errors? And we did a horrible job of doing that at the beginning, and it didn't take much to convince them. It was pretty obvious, and be better. And we have been better at times during the season, so it was just a matter of doing that on a consistent basis, and we did that in set two.
This kind of reminds me, and something I may have asked you a couple times last year, but thinking back to that 2019 season where you mentioned several times about these close matches, these tough matches that group went through, and try to build and just getting experience in these type of things. Playing a match like this, getting the win, going 3-1 this week, does that just give you a little boost of saying, hey, they might be coming close to starting to figure those things out?
Yeah, absolutely. Big steps forward in that. A long ways to go compared to 19, right. But you think about the South Alabama match, specifically that match and that tournament overall in 19, and it just, kind of like I said about, the 5-set win against Grambling. You cannot replicate that in practice. And what I think is important about those matches and those tense moments, one, you can't replicate the emotion and the feeling that you have in them. It really boils down to, okay, you're in this rotation against their rotation. You have to do this, whatever that is, to win. And it doesn't matter if everybody knows it in the gym. That's the way we're going to win. And to know that going into it is just a different feeling, And so the more you're in it, the more comfortable you can be in it, the better you are the next time it shows up.
Final couple thoughts about Lamar. Second match in a row, 3 players go double-figure kills, and we've talked about spreading out the offense and a lot that's so far this year. And then also Haley stepping up big time. It seems like she made some huge plays in this match specifically.
Kind of what I just said of like, there's going to be tense moments to where it's one thing, and you have to win that one battle where it's one attacker against a block, or who the other team is going to give the ball to, and you got to be able to defend it. But when you look at the match as a whole, you got to be able to spread that stuff out. You can't be one-dimensional the entire time. So really excited and happy that we're able to have that distribution from an offensive standpoint. And then Haley, the last this weekend and then prior, has just really stepped up. And some of that, and we talked about this before, is that the way teams were attacking us was to keep the ball away from her. And so, it's just hard to see from a number standpoint, how good she's doing out there. But she stepped up, had opportunities to make great plays, and she did it.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach.
Thank you.